Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the wonderful world of Elden Ring. Gonna be playing a little faith build tonight. I've been playing a lot of this game again the last 2 weeks. It's like finishing up playthrough, and I had this feeling around the mountaintops of the giants where it's like, okay, I gotta put this game down for a while. But then the Halig Tree and all the endgame stuff, Mogwin Palace. It's like, oh yeah, I'm starting up another build. Like as soon as I finish this one, so I did. And here he is. And here we go. These are the Cypher Pata weapon. You find these in Round Table Hold. You just have to jump off that balcony. And they are absurd. Fist weapons. You automatically get two if you try two-handing. They go completely through shields. 100% holy damage. Good stuff. But of course, gotta have a few spells for the faith build. Hi, troop. Another less than 1 megabyte per second at the... Oh boy. See the finest 240p Limgrave can offer. Yep. Allow me to allow me to smite my enemies with the literal word of God. Let's use some spells, shall we? Let me know if everything's looking and sounding good. Kind of put together this stream in a hurry with the settings. Oh, hold on a sec. A really nice skill. Cypher is just the delete button, like a lot of other weapons in this game. Press L2 to win. Hi Malice, by the way. Hope you're doing well. You got enemies with big shields? We got you covered. Is that a Mayor Quimby impression? Well, sort of, because it was a JFK impression, which is what Mayor Quimby is. So in a way, yes. That could have been anyone's ass. Great character. That episode with his nephew and the chowder incident, that's really good. Say it. Say chowder. See, living in New England, I talked to quite a few people who sound like that. Maybe not quite as excessive, but close. Insert the Snake Eater reference here. I always forget about that guy. Special treatment for you. There you go, back outside. Lovely. Other nice thing about these, they weigh 0. Beautiful. Yeah, light roll. This is the first time I'm experimenting with this. Apparently this was buffed in the last patch. Just light rolls in general. I mean, obviously since Dark Souls 3, they kind of, small and medium, the bridge was... They were made, much more similar, but I think here it's pretty nice. Yeah, watch how much damage this does. Yeah. 144p mode it is. Sorry, man. Yeah, that's rough. Should I summon people or keep going solo? Kind of tempted to bring some folks in here. That's a really fun spell. Some of these, I don't know if it was like this before, but some of these incantations, if you pop the second one and the third one, and you know, however many you want to fire off after the first, the cast time is way reduced, so you can just keep spamming lightning. Feels really good. Or fire. You can also run into it. I think that's new. I don't think that was in Dark Souls 3. It's the first time I'm really messing with incantations in this. I did do a sorcery build briefly, but a little different, you know. I do want projectile fire. Heal, sure. Yeah, you go really far with a light roll. The distance. You know, we'll put some pants on and compare. I mean, that's like twice as far, right? It's pretty good. The only power I need is from God. Yes, you're right, my son. Forgive me and my spiritual failing. Of course, what we gotta do is hit these boys with the flame. Cook them up. They unbarrel. The flying enemies in this are a bit funny, aren't they? Sometimes it's pretty convincing, but then you get things like enemies that are supposed to be, you know, flapping their wings, flying around in the air, falling off of, you know, balconies and whatnot. True, plenty of hug sharts. Nice one. Legacy has less spells than Elden Ring, despite being a game that revolves around wizardry. Yeah, I'd say so. I wasn't really planning on playing that game, but that makes sense. Spitsuki, sorcery is fun to mess around with a spellblade. Taku uses different kinds of magic missiles, but the variety is definitely lacking compared to Faith. Welcome. Yeah, I agree. When I was playing, I basically was sticking to Rock Sling, but that got a little boring. Glintstone Wave, or whatever it is, where you're just shooting like a big, you know, wave out in front of you, a horizontal arc. That one's a lot of fun, just carving through big groups of enemies. It's been a while since I've been in here. Ooh, the helmet. Say this build so far is probably might be the most fun out of any of the ones I've made. Just the variety is nice. The power feels good. Could do a little bit of PvP later, maybe as well. Pop into that Coliseum. Big multi-limb boy down there. Oh, yeah, a really slick thing you could do that I just completely failed on is that rapid fire still counts regardless of what you're targeting, so you can switch between them in real time, you know what I mean? Just like keep the combo going, so to speak. Yeah, wave is awesome. Oh yeah. Oh, the ambush spell. I don't think I used that. I did use the carrion blades though. Spent my time offline with this, just seeing the bloodstains and messages. Yeah, they are actually. Let me turn. Go offline. My first playthrough is basically all offline for similar reasons. Let me reload this. Do you notice the quantity has died down a little bit? The player base shrinking to, you know, what you'd expect at this point. Still a lot of people playing. I think it's like an average of like 60, 70,000. But not quite as many dumb messages all over the place. To be clear, that's not me just trashing on the message system in general. I love it. It's just the, you know, the silly ones are a bit played out at this point. I wonder if this goes through walls. Let's see. Does not go through pillars. I wonder if this will stun him. It's stunned basically everything else I've hit it with so far. No, but it does do a ton of damage. Jeez. It's nice to see Faith very viable again. Same thing with sorcery versus what it was in Dark Souls 3. And here we have a gigantic piece of concept art. I mean, as far as portraits go, you could do worse. Pulled the Sidewinder onto you guys. Expecting Silent Hill and you got Elden Ring instead. This gameplay making me want to convert. Yes, praise it. Alright. See how we do. Oh, here we go. Let me try this out. I was talking about a second ago. I can manage to navigate the door. There you go. Yeah. And this. Now we need a big group of them together. I'll just bomb them with a lightning storm. The range is admittedly a little weak. Alright, let's try this. No. We'll try that again. The multi-leg dude reminds me of those weird things that vanish all over the place. There's one of those guys in, there's a bunch of them in, what's it called? The general, like, swamp area in Liurnia. A little bit of a pain. Does not respawn. Let's try this again. The wild pro. Patriots need a new quarterback. Maybe you can be a guy. So I know we're all huge football fans here. So we're all going to be watching the Super Bowl next week, right? Oh, okay. Alright, stop fooling around here. Might have a special thing for next week related to sports ball. You'll see. No promises. It might happen. We'll see. Depends if on certain people are microphone shy. This place is massive. I always forget just how large this entire region is. This is huge. So every time I come through this, I feel like I'm seeing stuff that I hadn't each prior time. Completely over his... You know what? That's fine. Now might be a good time. Pop the bolt. Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. There's so much money involved. That's the thing about the NFL. It's like I enjoy watching football, but there's so much money involved with everything. You know, to the extent where they've changed the rules of the game to fit, more ad space, more commercial time. That's just like disgusting. But said, I do enjoy the game. Alright, I gotta get my head together here. It's been a poor showing so far. Directly over his head. Man, this is not my night. There we go. Just gotta rely on the unblockable blade. Faith too slow.
Be proud. You were a fine warrior. Your only mistake was your choice of master. Let the winds lift you to a higher place. Well, who do we have here? Tarnished, are you? Clearly not one of Godric's lot. I am Nefeli Lu, tarnished and warrior.
Hello, it's here. Yeah, Faith run.
By decree of my father.
Full Faith build.
How utterly repellent this is. This grafting of Godric's ill befits a lord. He's tainted the very winds.
So this has got to be my least favorite piece of music in the entire game. This castle theme.
If you intend to challenge Godric, I ask you call upon me. The winds run foul with his deeds. I'm certain father would permit me aid the fight.
This almost feels like something unfinished. It's like I get this use, the silence, the big gaps there, like filling it in with the wind, It's just like composition, I think it's very basic. But I talked about that before. Like kind of 50-50 on this game soundtrack, I think. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Grab this grace up here. I want to go back and explore a little bit more. Not ready for Godric yet. Kind of makes me anxious. Yeah, which I suppose is the point. To me, it's so redundant. It loops so quickly. It's like 1 minute and 30 seconds, I think. Okay. Ash boys. I was really hoping that was going to hit him in midair. That would have looked really cool. Oh well. Guys want, I can play some alternative music for this stage. Completely change the vibe in here. Oh, I did it again. See, I was going to stop saying vibe as my 2023 New Year's resolution. A lot of tracks just felt like Skyrim ambient, but worse. I mean, Jeremy Soule is very good at the ambient stuff. It's a tough one to beat. Yeah, back here. I was gonna say, the cave theme in this I love a lot though. That's one of my favorite pieces of music in this one. The cave / mines theme. That's really good. It's a little bit more just like proper ambient music, like electronic ambient. Like it wouldn't sound out of place on, I think I've said this before, the same exact thing. It really wouldn't sound out of place on Selected Ambient Works Volume 2 by Aphex. Alright, sap some beads. Yeah, that one takes way too long to pop off. So, I want a big crowd, and I want some distance. I'm gonna try this out. Alright, forget this. I gotta go full Holy Wolverine mode. I do wish you could operate these things. This guy. Did you hear something? Yeah, I want that tower. Unlock that. Yeah, it's crazy. Stormveil, it's so big. It's like the entire lower region with the Godwin face. Nuts. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no one can deny. Say what you will about some of these later Elder Scrolls games. I think they're all good, but no one can deny that music is top notch. Oh yeah, forgot about that one. Whoops. Okay. We can always listen to it on YouTube. I pull up the Morrowind soundtrack pretty often. They're all good, but that one might be my favorite. I want to find that side path down to the tower. Yeah, I forget how to get over there. Is it this way? Up on the cliffs. It's the ballista guys. I, 'cause, 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 ' It's a lot of fun, this build. So I'm kind of playing like crap tonight. A little bit of performance anxiety, I think, but it is a lot of fun. That unblockable blade, too, is just ridiculous. I mean, the damage. And again, just like the regular attacks, that punches through any shield. Promise unfulfilled. I say, I do think Morrowind is the king, but there's stuff to enjoy about all of them. And there's so many mods too that's like, you basically just think, alright, what do I want to change or fix? And there's usually a mod for it. That's part of the experience of the Elder Scrolls. You know, spending an afternoon setting up your mods. And then playing for like 45 minutes and bailing on the game. I think they did a pretty nice job in spicing this up a bit from your conventional, you know, Souls Castle. Obviously it's pretty familiar, but the unique, you know, golden additions here to all these are really nice. It's like, just like Godric himself, he's grafting his castle. Whoa, so deep. Chimney above the fireplace down there? Now that's attention to detail. Yeah, that's where we want to be. The jumping, it's a real game changer, obviously, for exploration. I wonder if I can hit him from here with this. Whoa. Never mind. Yeah, we'll try another route. Troop as per Lord Todd's ode words, whatever that means. His vision for the series is to make them more like immersive sims and less about RPG abstractions. Yeah, I can get behind that. I mean, like I said, Morrowind, my favorite. I always mod at least one element out of Morrowind. It's like the dice rolls in combat, like whether or not you actually made contact with your weapon. That's just the kind of thing that I think has no place, you know, in a real-time, you know, game. If it's turn-based, you know, sure, but that's just crazy. It's like seeing your weapon pass through the enemy, but some like invisible calculation determined that no, actually you didn't. Sorry. That's just silly. You know what? We need some variety here. Let's take on Godric, sure. Fine with that goal. Tech isn't there yet for how ambitious some of the ideas are.
Mighty dragon. Thou art a true born heir.
I think they just spent less time
Thy strength, O
adding a quantity of mechanics and just focused on the quality.
to greater heights.
Go a long way. The last few games I have not been interested in. Fallout 4 and 76, a whole debacle. Starfield does not look appealing to me at all.
Lowly tarnished. Plain as a lord. I command thee, kneel!
It's just it's that aspect of like crafting and how much that's like in every game now. I mean, including this one, but it's pretty, inoffensive here. It's like these, I see, videos for like their newer games, and it's just like, you can build a house. You can build several houses. What about the adventure? Like, I don't want to build a house. Gotta get my head in the game here. I know it's wrong. Come on. Alright. Let's give Godric another crack. I still do that out of habit. I run back to Sites of Grace before I realize, no, I don't actually need to sit down at this to teleport. So you see, dice roll hit chance of acquired taste. Don't mind it as a reflection your character can be better using a weapon. It'd be easier to stomach with better animation feedback. Yeah, if it was communicated via the animation, absolutely. But for like seeing the weapon like pass through the enemy, I don't know. I can't get into it. I said earlier, the mods are so nice. Just like immediately tweak that. It's all good. Focus. The more hardcore animations in this series. Jeez.
Truest of dragons.
I was gonna dive into some of the dragon stuff myself, but more for like Faith Arcane builds, so I'll save that for another playthrough, I think. It's that classic, that Elden Ring delayed animation though. So little damage. From Software, here's a suggestion for the next patch. Please buff pots. They're terrible currently. Did I hear about how the lyrics for the Elden Ring orchestral tracks were AI generated? No.
To our home,
Weird.
bathed in rays of gold.
No, I did not know about that. Why, I wonder? They're all kind of like gibberish Latin beforehand, right? This boss is a bit of a pushover for me. I think the one before, yeah. Margit is definitely harder than Godric. No doubt about that. Alright, let's see. A little squishy. A little more health. So I did a Cleric Knight build when the game came out. Faith wasn't too impressive. It's been buffed a little bit. Yeah, I think it was just, I don't know. Just a matter of time before I was going to do it myself. Alright. I want to explore a little more of the castle here. You guys probably already know about this shortcut, right? That one's so close that I don't know. Do you think that's intentional? It's a nice one, either way. There we go. All the bird enemies can go to hell. They are very annoying. The camera can go absolutely bonkers when you're dealing with them. Just the delete button. Just press L2. Mostly amazed to learn that skip from Germa. Cool. I haven't watched too much of his content, but he's a pretty funny guy. Yeah, here we go. This is the route I was looking for earlier. Okay, nice shield. Too bad if something were to completely go through it. Yeah, these are really nice. Definitely recommend anyone giving these a whirl. Are those Pata upgraded? Yeah, they are. They're at +4. Yep. Came in prepared. Despite the visual evidence to the contrary here. All right, this I should be able to demonstrate what I keep talking about here. All right, that guy's out of range, but you get the idea. They hit pretty hard out of the gate, though. They don't need too many stones to get going, you know? That sound when you're blocking with them like that, it's really neat. Now we're talking. The range at least doubles using the unblockable blade, Ash of War. Like, these things are definitely pretty short on their own, but no. Hopefully the game looks closer to how it's supposed to versus the last time I streamed this. Or I think my HDR conversion was a little hyped up, a little oversaturated. So I did some testing earlier. It should look alright. Hopefully. So here's another cool little tip. You guys probably already know this, but lightning spells do more damage in rain, and if somebody's standing in water, it actually gets a little bit of an AoE cascade. Fire does less damage in rain, slightly less. Oh. It's like, that didn't look like it to me. My mistake, it was the other massive giant. It looks good, yes. Oh, thank you. Do I actually like the pottas, or are you doing as a joke? No, I like them. They're really good. I'm just playing like absolute garbage this evening. But they're really good. I promise. I've got my eyes on the straight sword version of these, though. You get in the capital. Basically the same idea, except instead of a fist weapon, it's just a straight sword. The giants have friendly fire. Interesting. It's like the guy in the back keeps shooting him. That's just sit back, let him do all the work. Salbird. I don't think I've seen that before. Sweet. That's a really nice design. That almost looks like something H.R. Geiger would have come up with. I like it. Skip past this guy. Still in the process of turning around. It's like, down to the wire, arrow at my back. No, he's still facing the other direction. I definitely dig this build. It's still a little squishy, but there's a lot of power. Definitely need some new threads, though. Not looking so hot right now. I do really enjoy all the Cosmos type stuff they have into so many elements of this game. So architecture here, obviously, but then obviously the entire underground sections. It's gorgeous. It's really a jaw dropper, that last Elden Beast fight, the arena. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about the boss itself. I like him, but it's the arena is absolutely astounding. It's this time too when, after Radagon dies, he kind of sinks into the ground, into like some, you know, mystic mist or something. The sword that the Elden Beast pulls out is literally Radagon. It's like him still being used as a tool, but now in a more, extremely literal version of that. If you look closely at the hilt, it's that same like crucifix kind of open position that you see Marika and Radagon being depicted in constantly. It's good stuff. I like that. Just a little bit of like a spinal column going down that as well. Let's see. I think about ready to move on from Limgrave. Let's see now. Let me take out that Erdtree avatar, and then we'll go to the Academy. So we'll go say hi to our pal, the Turtle Pope.
Greetings. Do you need anything?
It's the best character that From Software has ever come up with. No, I'll be right back. Okay, back. Thanks for waiting. No, not every game can be Shadow or Dogma, but the stabbing feet thing does still bug me at times. Yeah, I feel you. Some of the bosses are a little big for their own good. Obviously the Fire Giant comes to mind. Ah, yes. Might have taken this one out already, actually. I can't remember. Let's find out. I think a lot of those camera issues would be solved if they were just more willing to pull the camera back further. I think that would solve a lot of problems. Readability. The camera wouldn't have to flail so wildly when things are moving at a high speed. Maybe not, actually. Do wish it was sunny. Lernia, it might be my favorite zone visually for the exploration. Just looks really nice. I mean, obviously at Limgrave are a little bit more conventional than some of the other areas, but it's like they've got enough of that flair and identity to kind of stand out from your average fantasy overworld or whatever. I'm sure we can get up there from here. Let's see. That Taipei game show turned out to be pretty much nothing for Armored Core 6. That was a little disappointing. I mean, they did update ahead of time that it was only going to be like a 20-minute interview with no new info and not an hour of gameplay as previously announced, but yeah. We'll have an emblem maker. That's back. I thought it just went down to the ground. It's like, oh, I didn't have to do anything. Okay. I think you've shared some of those before, Troop. I remember seeing some of those images. Yeah. I don't remember them jumping around like that. It's very cinematic riding around in shadow, but I think I would prefer this. It was kind of a nice balance of looking good and function. I felt like that was a little low sometimes. All right. These guys might be weak to fire. Let's see. Yeah. Fire good. Fire really good. Most versatile shadow creates a sense of scale with direct camera angles. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it is nice, no doubt about that. Okay. So fast this guy goes down to catch flame. Yeah, I mean, he is made out of wood, right? Good from him. Okay. Let's head to the academy. Maybe pop some of that wondrous physic here. Temporarily boost lightning attacks. Okay. And holy. That sounds good. That sounds perfect. Excellent. Oh yeah, the former PvP hotspot. Maybe it still is. I don't know. Another great legacy dungeon. They're basically all good. I don't think there's any bad ones in this game. It's like Stormveil, this, Volcano Manor, the capital. Haligtree. You know what really impressed me was I hadn't done it. I did in the last playthrough here and I hadn't been there in a while, was the Mogwin Palace. I think I mentioned that earlier maybe. That is just incredible. Great design there. To your best area, this one? Or Mogwin? Way to say so many reveals new games here. Really hope we can pull it off. Me too. I really don't know what was up with Last Guardian getting kind of a chilly reception. I think it's just as good as the rest of those games. In my opinion. Oh, this one. Yeah. Oh, it's nice. I definitely like pretty much everything about it. You know, we've seen the concept in several of the games now. Duke's Archives, and so on, but I do still like this one a lot. That area outside with the huge water wheel is really impressive. Escape felt a little short though. Again, there's a lot of secrets in here, but this is like the size of a normal, like Souls area. You know, it's like Stormveil Castle is like 4 or 5. This is like maybe 1.5. Yeah, that looks fantastic. which is fine. I don't even remember what that does. Grace Mimic. Light shows the path, but without order. Huh. Yeah, I've never actually used that before, so it's just like a decoy grace. Maybe useful multiplier? I don't know. A little bit of trickery. This bit here just feels like the Cathedral of the Deep exterior. I mean, the giant mass graves are not anything new for FromSoft, but this is just the choice of architecture. I've been neglecting that. Lots of range, there you go. Oh, hello. Dogs ahead. One thing I still wish they would change about this. I'm guessing it's not going to happen, but I really don't like having having combos mandatory end at the end of like a string, even if you've got, you know, plenty more stamina and everything. And just prevent people from getting locked in infinite combos, maybe. But yeah, it's long. PLG's great, just the FPS issues and the control tutorial pop-ups held it back from me. Letters like Sony's doing since they shoved. Probably should keep my eye on the game, huh? Damn. Against Ueda's wishes. I didn't know that. It was against his will. Yeah, it would be nice to play Last Guardian on a PS5, just like get a stable frame rate. Even nicer if it came to PC, but I have a feeling that's not going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, the unblockable blade. I think that's what I loved about the Blades of Mercy from Bloodborne. Your combo can just be as long as your stamina goes. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's one of those things that rewards investing in endurance, you know? beyond just being able to wear heavier gear, being able to swing for longer periods of time would, be a pretty valuable thing to have. I do like playing these games without the UI turned on if I'm doing like a sword and board kind of thing, where I can be extra careful. Really just inch along and soak in the atmosphere. I haven't done it with this one yet. It's still relatively fresh. Might be a little hectic, but Demon Souls, just turning the UI off, creeping around that game. Especially nowadays, being able to play it 4K 60 and RPCS 3. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see. See how it feels here. Let's actually rest at this thing too, shall we? There we go. So one thing about that special, the auto-targeting does kind of suck on it. Yeah, this is nice. There's so much detail. That's really nice up there. Anytime a game can minimize user interface, though, as much as possible, it's definitely the way to go, within reason. 420 HP. Great. Let's see if we can get the right Estus. No. One more? There we go. Oh, we've got the Holy and Lightning boost now. That is so satisfying. Oh, man. That game should be maximalized. Yes, I agree. I hope the UIs of the last few Armored Core games, 2 and 3 are great, right? 4, too minimalist, not mech enough, 5, way too much shit going on screen. I haven't played very much of 5, but I tested it out, and good God. The UI in that is nuts. Alright, I think it's time to turn the HUD back on. Yeah. One of these days, I'm gonna try out Steel Battalion. I'm gonna get that all set up. Can't wait. I've been wanting to play that for years and years and years. I mean, it's not getting any cheaper, but I really want to give that a shot. So you go into this fight with no Estus. Also, I forgot to use the rune. Great rune. Oh my, the damage! Holy cow. Right, forgot about that one. Yeah. Light him up. No, so I watched a few minutes of AC5 and all I kept hearing was, yeah. I heard a rumor. A little bird told me that the next update for Xenia is going to really improve the AC5 and Verdict Day support, so I really hope that turns out to be true. It's like enough people specifically requested that I guess they put a lot of work into it. Getting those games specifically. That's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. Would have gone much quicker if I was playing at all well tonight, but that's okay. Not been feeling super great the last 2 days. Wait a second. Made you grind a bit. He's definitely challenging. Sif's angry, spicy cousin. There's a few things about the whole what is her name? The queen of this place, Renala. Renala divorcing Radagon, or I should say Radagon leaving Renala to go marry himself. But there aren't any anywhere near like her chamber. You don't have the statues of America nearby. Plus that wolf there. It's basically like she got the dog in the divorce, you know? The names still trip me up in this one. The GRRM thing going on. Yeah, it's pretty funny, right? Yeah. little bit of a sense of humor in Elden Ring. I think there's some stuff in here that's a little sillier than maybe some of the previous titles. Definitely some things that are a little cheesy. How do you guys feel about the Horaloo cutscene at the end of the game there? Godfrey. Second phase. It's a little far, I think. It's a little over the top. Yeah, it's a shortcut. That and Moog, just as like a character. Kind of feels like he'd be in, I don't know, Diablo or something. Definitely his voice acting. Rykard's voice acting is pretty weird too. He's the character design is insane and I love it, but his voice acting is a little not great. That's the self-assessed thing. It's really interesting. Yeah. It's I'd like to think of it as some kind of very literalized Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing. No, it's the what? I don't know what you mean. The what, the what? No idea what the Lou thing. Oh, it's Horaloo is Godfrey. It's the first or second Elden Lord. You know, you fight him at the end. He's got his big axe, and he's got Sarash the lion on his back. And then halfway through the fight, he takes the lion and his shirt off, and he goes wrestler mode. That's Horaloo. The concept of, you know, this like former really primal badass warrior, you know, literally shedding, you know, his kingly attire and any like pretensions and like, you know, fighting you hand to hand. I do think that's really cool as a concept, but he comes across as like a pro wrestler. It kind of spoiled that a little bit for me. Not too bad, but you know. He goes from 0 to 100 pretty quick. Kind of, yeah, one of those PS3 Castlevania games. Yeah, I can see that. All those guys that look like Moog in the first place, I forget what they're called in this, but they have the horns like growing out all sides of their head or whatever. He's got one growing out of his eye. But that design, they already used that in Dark Souls 3. Those guys in Farinkeep Swamp, the like goat guys. Now this, gigantic bowling balls. This is something you only get in Elden Ring. The giant bowling balls you see throughout the game they're all mimic tears, aren't they? That's a really neat element to this game. I mean, one of the starting classes is basically a mimic tier. Like, they're from Nokron. I was thinking, too, you were hanging up by Turtle Pope earlier. Why is he able to speak? Why is he, he's the only turtle like that in the game. I do wonder if, and he knows so much about Liurnia, Nerea Lucaria, if he was one of the reincarnated kind of people, but instead of doing it excessively and becoming, Slug Boy or whatever, like most of the other people here, he decided he was going to be a turtle. Just get absolutely wrecked by this guy. See that? The lock-on turns off. The like upper body tilt thing. I like that. Kind of where I guess it went with more shaman type warrior, and then something macho man. Yeah. Perhaps. The bowling ball's got tracking. The parry god himself, Moongrum. Parry this. Shit. I'd like to see some stuff like that. I assume if we do, I mean, we're gonna get DLC for this game. It seems like such a sure thing. I assume we'll be getting some cosmic type stuff, maybe some out there material in general, but some kind of like aquatic scenes like that would be neat. If I can recall, the only thing remotely close to that is No Man's Wharf. Dark Souls 2. I mean, how's this first scenario? It'd be perfect for the Norse mythology thing. You start out, the first half of the dungeon is basically like a gigantic, Nordic ship. You're fighting your way through it. You fight the boss on the deck or whatever, and then it literally sails into the stars. It becomes the kind of over-the-top thing you usually see in their DLCs. Alright, let's head upstairs. I'm playing more Armored Core 2 Another Age, and I'm getting close to being done with that one. But there's a few really neat missions in that where it's a flooded city scenario, which you see, there's some of that in For Answer. But this one, you can actually see beneath the water and the waves, and it just looked like immensely deep down. Like, the game's not like this graphic showcase, but that looked really, really neat. That looked really nice. Need some sea shanties. Yeah, that too. So I think it's basically been all but confirmed via data mining that this fight, at least the first phase, was originally a fight with Rosaria from Dark Souls 3 in the Cathedral of the Deep. I mean, Renala kind of serves the same purpose in storyline here and gameplay, being the respec lady. I mean, everything about this is pretty similar. You could substitute these kids with the slug guys in Dark Souls 3. You know, they're getting all messed up via repeated reincarnation or whatever. But Phase 2 is probably something totally unique.
Hush, little Calva.
Sounds a bit too kino.
Soon birth thee anew.
Yeah, only one sea shanty.
Sweeting, fresh and pure.
This whole fight is right on the edge of edgelord territory for me. It's like, I get that they're not actually children, but the way this scenario is depicted is a little... Zarya. Zarya and her slugs. We're seeing some people speculate that it was actually Guinevere. I don't know if I buy that. Thought she was half slug. She does look like it. A little bit hard to tell unless you look very, very closely. There you are. Down. This was the most Demon Souls type boss I fought. Just happened to be my favorite of the time I spent with it. Yeah, I could definitely see her fitting in with that crew. The gameplay mechanics too, adding a bit of the puzzle element.
My beloved, have no fear. I will hold thee. Patience. Ye will be countless born, forever and ever.
Does anyone know if you still take like a flat percentage like damage penalty for each equipment slot, like armor slot that you don't have equipped in this one? It was like that in Dark Souls 3.
My name is Rani the Witch. Mother's rich slumber shall not be disturbed by thee. Foul trespasser.
That's another thing. Yeah, Ronnie, I mean, she can't be speaking to you like live right now because you talk to her later after this and she doesn't care that you took her mom out. But if it's not live, then, I mean...
Of the last queen of Caria, Renala of the full moon.
Are we hearing like a pre-recorded message from Ronnie? Does anyone know the explanation here?
And the majesty of the night she conjureth.
What's the lore, folks? Damn.
Lieth under my moon.
Yeah, I was gonna mention Ryan doesn't seem to mention you killing your mother. Yeah, so that seems like a major I don't know what the right term would be. I don't think it's really a plot hole, but it is strange. Take our shortcut. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, it's kind of a long run back. There's no America statue, but it makes sense that Renala would be pretty pissed off America, so you don't get any of that near her hideout. Alright, I'm gonna be a little quiet during this one because I really don't have to repeat this again. God. Yeah, I forgot about that. This is a beautiful fight. The last few times I've done this have been co-op. So it's like just appreciate it for its own sake. In there, finish this. No way.
Come, O sworn giant.
Yes! Oh man. That was a real Hail Mary moment at the end there. It's like, this giant's gonna step on me. That was a big gamble. So I'll take a deep breath. Yeah, the visuals are very beautiful there. They do great stuff with the water reflections in this one.
Come out from whence ye hide.
It's another thing I was going to mention about Elden Beast earlier. All of those sparkling golden effects being reflected in the water.
Say I, or will ye be gravestones, to be better born anew?
Must have been over leveled fodder. That was definitely the toughest she's ever been for me, but I think it's just because that I'm doing holy damage. All the demigods are resistant to holy. I'm pretty sure she's also just generally high in elemental defense, lightning and fire. Anyway. Look at my health. 40 HP. Don't mind if I do. I also like how she isn't dead. Yeah, we were fighting.
From whence ye
The whole thing is like a projection from Ronnie, I guess.
and light aplenty.
I have no idea.
Come out, say I, or will ye be gravestones, to be better born anew?
Her mind is totally shattered, but she does get to remain among the living. So, who knows? There's a statue of her ex. I'm telling you, Renala, I can't keep keeping this thing around. It's not healthy. Well, now what? Hey, one thing I will do here. Complete the room. Yeah, that would have been nice to have been using. But hey. Like a challenge, right? I think I'm actually...
My sweetie.
I think I'm going to call it a night here, actually. It's been good, but as I mentioned earlier, I'm feeling not super hot at the moment. A little out of it, a little under the weather, so maybe I should get some rest. But thank you guys for joining me. Sorry this wasn't on my A game for playing, but still fun to play Elden Ring. Hopefully it was fun to watch some of it too. I'm going to be back on this Sunday, 5 p.m.-ish, maybe even a little earlier. We'll see. It might not be a super long one because I do want to be watching the Super Bowl, and it starts at 6:30. So we'll see. Maybe a little early. Like I said, I might have something special arranged, but we'll see what happens. More videos, of course, on the way. Armored Core 2. I should say part 2. That'll be here within a week or two. Then I've got a few more things I want to put out for February. But thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a really nice night and a great rest of your week. And I'll see you next time. Adios.